Hi there, and welcome to week 2, my HCC students. It's lovely to see y'all back again, and I hope that the first week wasn't too big of a learning curve and you were able to kind of figure things out as you go. So I am going to start this week's video with just some celebrations of I am really liking what I'm seeing, and you guys are engaging really well onto Harmonize, and so I'm really loving what I'm seeing so far. I wanted to clarify a couple of things. I got a couple of emails about this. And so if you go down to the bottom here, if you see an assignment that's got this little like blue squiggle, this is Harmonize. And I have gotten a couple of questions about it, so I guess I'll go ahead and give you a little bit of some details about what Harmonize is. Okay, so Harmonize is this really cool platform that I like to use for asynchronous classes as a way to almost cultivate like a somewhat discussion-based class, even though we don't see each other. So down here, you'll see that there are some that are marked forum and some that are marked annotations, okay? So on the discussions, like if you pull up the mother tongue and teen discussion, that's something we're going to do this week. It has some information about like how often people are engaging and discussing, and it is really, really awesome just because it like gives you the opportunity to like really like react and have a conversation with these different pieces. And so you are having like an online discussion with Matt Della Pena's essay and then also Amy Tan's mother tongue. And this is like a discussion forum, but it's like a souped up discussion forum. The one that I've gotten questions about though is the annotation. So if you can open up the annotation exercise, you'll see that it kind of generates this extra tab, right? And so at the top, you'll have your instructions. And so in this case, it says make 3 annotations on the document. You may wish to make original thoughts, but you should reply 3 times. So I'm just looking that you're engaging with each other and you're responding. I'm looking that you annotate 3 times, but you can do responses, original, whatever you'd like. It's a collaborative annotation exercise. And so that's what I'm looking for with these particular pieces that you guys are doing. So it's a collaborative annotation. So it is a group activity and a collaboration activity. So that's kind of how Harmonize works. It does generate like an auto grade, and since it's complete incomplete, it's measuring that you have 3, but it will be like a complete or incomplete. And if you do not complete all the requirements, you may be asked to continue and do it again. So that is how Harmonize works. So if you come back over this week, we're going to start like digging in to our concept of the literacy narrative and like what storytelling is and how writing is meaning making. So this week we're going to go in heavy with some reading pieces. So you're going to be reading Amy Tan's Mother Tongue. You'll also read Della Pena's Sometimes the Tough Teen is Quietly Writing Stories in Norton. And then your choice of text is going to be Mos Def's Hip Hop or Langston Hughes' Theme for English B. You may choose whichever one of those pieces you would like to review. So we're going to go over Essay 1. And your assignments for this week are your forum post, the college essay puzzle, and then your collaborative annotation. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the Essay 1 instructions. Because the Essay 1 instructions, it's going to be coming up a lot sooner than we anticipate. And I think our first draft is going to be due at the end of next week. So this gives you the chance to start thinking about it as you are reading. And so this week, as we are developing your Essay 1 assignment, you are going to be...
Hi, radios are ready to be picked up.
Excuse me.
Come get your radios.
So you are going to read these mentor texts, which is the focus of this week. And the assignment is going to be writing a literacy narrative that focuses on the way in which you see the world and the experiences that you have of being an insider or an outsider, and the role of language in your life. So in the pieces that you'll see, theme for English B, most deaf, is that we see a lot of voices of people who are on the margins or who are on the outside of society. That may not be you, but where do you see that literacy and the value of writing and telling a story is coming through in your own work? And so we are going to write your first draft starting next week. So this week as you're reading, it's good to start brainstorming. It's going to be about 350 to 500 words. And so I want you to engage the senses and use vivid detail. Use those mentor texts this week as a good starting point. Include at least one quote from a mentor text that helps bring it to life. And then you need to have a clear beginning, middle, and end that tells a story. And you're going to be using MLA formatting and a works cited page. I attached your rubric down at the bottom, but a lot of the things are very self-explanatory. Like, I'm looking very much for personal voice and insight, storytelling and reflection, the use of mentor texts, and your organization and structure, sensory language, formatting, and then grammar and mechanics. And so as you are going through this week and thinking through like these texts and what they're saying, continue thinking through what are these texts telling about a person's life that could not be told by someone else? What is the uniqueness of the voice, of the power in which what they are telling? Okay. So that's a good bit about this week. Some supplementary information for you. There's some information here about how to format a literacy narrative, and also how to format college papers with MLA formatting, and then the basics of college writing. I'll try to post another book next week about formatting so that you guys can get a little bit more practice with that. But as you are doing the college essay puzzle to get you ready for that first draft, remember that you're going to be reading the sample essay here and answering the questions on what are the strengths and weaknesses of that particular piece. All right. Thanks, HCC. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing your thoughts on the discussion board.